What's up? What's up? What's up? We are live again. It's another Sunday. It's the Black Podcast Show. I'm your host, Auchante. You already know what's going down. I have a very special guest on my show today. I got JayMoney of the Jamming with JayMoney, NBA Talk, Sports Talk, NFL, all that podcast. Well, not necessarily a podcast, more of a YouTube show as of right now.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Podcast, show, go live pretty much every day. So just give it
Absolutely. So we got a very special show today. I'm going to do an interview. Hopefully y'all can pick up some game, gain some knowledge, and hopefully y'all find another way to make some money. Ain't nothing wrong with multiple streams of income. As a matter of fact, it's recommended. Right. So we're going to start the show off with a little motivation. Now, JayMoney, I did tell you ahead of time, whenever I have somebody on the show, I expect them to drop some motivation on my listeners. So what you got for us?
Well, motivation, I would just try to say just go out there and do your best. I mean, no matter what you're doing, that's why I say, like, no matter what, I don't care if you're cutting the grass, do it the best of your ability. That's why I try to teach my son. Just give it your all, 110%, and you will excel at whatever you're doing. It don't matter if you're going to work. It don't matter if you know what I'm saying, going to walk the dog, man, whatever. I always try to pay attention to detail. And that's my motivation. Like that's what I try to live by. Just try to stay on point pretty much all the time and trying my best at pretty much everything.
That's what's up. Do your best. Give it 110%. And, I mean, I back that 110%. My motivation for this week, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, just be patient. So a quote I have for y'all is going to be, patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. So y'all just keep that in mind this week. I know I believe last week or a couple weeks ago I was telling you guys what's important is just to keep your eye on the prize. Keep your focus on your own plate. Don't get discouraged by seeing, other people doing the same thing. And
worrying about other people's business.
Yeah.
Too much.
Damn, when is it going to be my time? Like, you got to be patient. It could take you 10 years doing what you're doing before you even get noticed, recognized. But you got to keep a good attitude while you're being patient because that's what's going to propel you. That's what's going to make other people want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going to make that final taste of victory be even sweeter, knowing that you didn't spend your whole time being bitter about something. So just be patient. Make sure you keep a good attitude while you're waiting your turn. And waiting don't mean you just sitting around waiting for something good to happen, but it means while you're in the process of working towards it, you keep a good attitude. So be patient, y'all. Take that with you throughout the week. And while you're being patient, make sure you're giving it everything you got, giving it 110%. All right, that should be good. That should be, if you take that with you throughout the week, I don't see how you won't find some kind of success.
Right, every day, really.
Doing something.
I mean, it's a lifestyle type of thing, really. So I feel like if you live that way, then it'll come easily. You see what I'm saying? So that's just how I look at it. So
that's facts. All right, JayMoney. So we're going to jump right into the interview. Like I said, you are the host of Jamming with JayMoney, and you talk about all kind of sports bets.
Right.
So I did check out a few episodes on your YouTube channel. I know it's a sports betting show, but tell me exactly how you got into it, exactly what it is.
Well, I've been a sports fan pretty much all my life. I played basketball, football, pretty much every sport, whatever sport I tried to play it. So I always been fond of sports. And then somebody was like, "Hey, you know so much about it. You should, try to bet about it, bet something on it." And so I started out losing a lot, but like I said,
how long ago was that?
This was probably about 10 years ago, about 10, 11 years ago, about 2010. That's when I first started betting. My guy, came home with some parlay tickets. I'm like, "What's that?" He said, "Hey, look, you can bet so-and-so this and try to get some money." And so, like I say, when I first started off, I was losing a lot, but I was just a rookie then. But that's how I got started, basically just a friend going to the parlay spot, like, "Let me go with you one time."
Okay.
And that's how we got started.
So how did you get into developing a YouTube channel?
So I've been working with a show. I've been doing a NBA show with SBR for about 3 years now. And
now, what's SBR?
SBR is Sportsbook Review. So it's a Sportsbook Review. They got a whole website, sportsbookreview.com. You can go to SBR Picks on YouTube as well. They do all sports. I'm talking about soccer, tennis, whatever. So I'm just an NBA specialist for them. I've been doing it for about 3 years now. But I started my own show halfway past this season. I'm like, "Hey, look, I'm doing a show for them. Why not do this and start my own channel, be my own boss?" You see what I'm saying? some point, I don't want to do theirs anymore. I want to just do my own show on my own channel. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm the CEO of it. So I started that about halfway past this season, and I'm trying to keep it going. I'm gonna keep it going pretty much forever, the whole NBA season. And
how did you get hooked up with SBR, with Sportsbook Review?
I just started watching the shows. Like I say, at the beginning, when you're a rookie at betting, then you're going to go check out some YouTube videos. You're going to check out somebody else that may be some stuff that you can learn from. Like, that's another thing. Always be open to learn something. Never feel like you know everything. If you're open to learn something, then you could always get smarter. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's people out there that feel like, oh, no, I don't want to listen to them. I know enough. You see what I'm saying? That's how you block out your blessings, block out some of your opportunities.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I just started posting my picks in the chat, and so at some point they started to see, hey, I was pretty good at it. They start to like look at the chat like, hey, look, certain people betting on certain things, start shouting them out. Like I do the same thing on my show. And so after a while, they're like, hey, look, you got a laptop, you want a guest on the show, and that's how it started ever since then.
Nice.
And then I ended up start getting my own show from them, just being the NBA specialist.
So this basically just came from you following your passion.
Exactly.
That's crazy. That's what's up. That's really what's up. But like I said, I did watch a few episodes, but truthfully, I'm not really into sports like that. So it was like I was watching Telemundo. I was lost. You was talking about picks being negative and first half stuff. How can a person that has no experience at all, that don't even really just know sports like that, make money sports betting?
Well, let me start off like with the plus minus, the pluses and negatives. So when you take somebody negative, I think that the other day was on Mavs -3 first half. So what they're saying is exactly. So what they're saying is they're the favorite. If it's a -3, then they're the favorite. They have to win by 4 more points. So we taking the Mavs like they end up winning that first half by 5 points. So we got the money, but it's the other side of it. You can take the points as well. You can take +3, and then that means that you're getting 3 points. You basically, like, if you're taking +3 with a betting line, you're basically getting those points before the game even started. Like, that's how you look at it. Like, they're giving you those points, and if you're taking the favorite, you're laying points. So you need them to win by margin. So by 3, if it's -3, that means they got to win by 4 more for you to cover. So it's basically the team that you're betting. You're betting a price on. I'm saying it's a point spread. So when you get deeper into it, you look at statistics and injuries and all this type of stuff that makes up that point spread, and you're just trying to get on the right side of it. It's 2 teams, and it's a spread of 3. You just got to get on the right side of the winner. Okay.
I'm still kind of lost. But so basically,
whatever question you got,
if I'm saying, okay, so if I go in there and say, okay, I want to place a bet, and I say I think the Mavs are going to be up first half by 3 points.
Right. Well,
I have to say that
the lines are already set. So that line, like basically in Vegas, they set lines. You see what I'm saying? So that Mavs is already -3. It's Mavs, and then I think it was the Clippers, or it was somebody else. So it's the Mavs and Clippers. You're gonna take one of those sides. It's the spread is already there. It's up to you which one you like. You see what I'm saying? The spread is already -3 or +3. They already said in the morning. And then you go and figure out, hey, which one is the right side. You do your research, or you know what I'm saying. If you're some people be fans and they just bet it blindly just because I'm rooting for them. But that's basically what it is. The lines are already set. You trying to get on the right side of it.
So my question is, okay, so you're saying some people just go in and bet blindly, and just those are the people that's basically just saying, I think the Mavs gonna win. That's it.
Basically.
But if you get deeper into it, I'm guessing you get more money by being like, oh, I think in the first half they're gonna do this, second half they're going to do this, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. The more deeper you get into it, the more potential you have to have a bigger earning.
Well, it's crazy because the earning is basically like this is betting, right? Like you have the opportunity to lose your money. A straight bet is where you're betting, like say $100, 100 straight up. So if you win, then you go back and get 200. If you lose, you've lost your 100. That's a straight bet. You can do parlays where it's like 2 to 3 teams who have to win, but the risk is lower, but the chances of you winning are lower as well. So you see what I'm saying? So the risk is actually higher. I mean, the what you're risking as far as money is lower. Like people bet a 14 parlay, $10 to win, $120, but you need all 4 of those plays to win, which is a straight bet. You just betting one team. You just need that one to win. If it wins, you go back and get your money. You know what I'm saying? The parlay, you need all 4 of those to win. Just one loss and you lose. So a lot of people like to bet parlays. You can lose a lot of money like that. When you get on the professional side, that's when you just start betting one play. No matter how much you're betting, you're just trying to double your money.
So if I'm a beginner, you recommend just a straight bet.
Yeah, I recommend
and just say, hey, I think
beginner.
They're gonna win, and that's it.
Exactly. So okay. That's the main thing that I would recommend to beginner, because when people begin, like when they were first out, and I did the same thing, they try to parlay because they're trying to make a lot of money off of a little bit, but it sounds good. It's like things in life. If it's too good to be true, it usually is. So you can win it, but by the time you've hit some parlays, you done lost so much money. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they really getting you in the long run. But people like to do parlays. I always say straight bet for a rookie or for a veteran. Just they know that's the way long term. That's how you're gonna win.
Okay. So with your sports betting, you do this. This is your full-time thing.
This is what I do.
This is what you do. this what it's on your mind all day. You're not clocking in nowhere and clocking out nowhere.
I used to be, though. I used to work. Like I was just telling you, I used to work at 9 to 5. I used to work at the American Airlines Center. I was really close to the Mavs, and then I started to work at the convention center while still betting as well. And that's when I started doing the show. And at some point, I'm like, I'm starting to make a nice amount of money. Like I'm starting to get really good at it and really make some money. It's like, it's not that I didn't have to work at the job, but I really want to be my own boss. I really want to take the sports betting full time. And ever since I did that, it's been working out pretty well for me. So, yeah, I pretty much quit my job, started doing the show full time, where I kept doing it, but we switched the time. It was switched from like 5 o'clock at night in the afternoon to 12 o'clock during the day. So I couldn't work a job really with that unless I'm doing it. So I went on full time, doing my betting full time, and it's been working out well for me. I hadn't thought about working 9 to 5 ever since.
That's what's up. That's amazing. That's definitely amazing, especially for a young black man. I think most young black men, when you coming up, want to be in the NBA or at least have a very,
I did too.
Like a, you have a certain affinity for it.
Right.
You know, you love basketball. So for you to be able to make a living doing this, I'm sure that means a lot to a lot of people.
Right.
So how important do you think it is having a source of income that's not tied to a job?
I think it's pretty important because, I mean, like I say, I'm my own boss. That's what I'm not saying everyone has to quit their job and find something, but if you can, you want to find something, try to get your own business. Like, have aspirations. Even if you're working a job, have a side plan. Like, it's a new day and time now. A lot of different people have business from a lot of different sorts. So it's money out there. You just have to go and put your name on it. But, I mean, I feel pretty good. Like I say, ever since I stopped working a job, I don't have to deal with those coworkers, you know what I'm saying, that I don't like. So I'll tell you, it can be stressful. So I think that's the main part for me, because like the job used to really stress me out. And like, to be honest with you, I would have liked to stay there, but they didn't give me the position that I wanted. So I'm like, I'm gonna leave, and it just so happened to be the best thing that ever happened to me.
That's crazy. So you actually would have stayed if they would have given you a promotion.
It would have been like the manager job. So I would have been good. I probably wouldn't have been able to do the show at that time, but I would have still been good. I mean, I'm down to make that extra money, but like I say, that was working in an actual work environment. I don't miss it at all. I tell you that right now.
Everything happened for a reason.
Exactly.
So it's a good thing they didn't give you that job. Absolutely. All right, well, JayMoney, that's going to wrap up the interview portion. I appreciate that so much. I feel like you gave out a lot of good gems, a lot of game, a lot of information about sports bets. I definitely still have a lot to learn.
Hey, but if you got more questions, it's up to you. Whatever question you have, I can, like I said, I've been doing it 10, 11 years. I do this every single day of my life, pretty much. Like, this is what I'm pretty much indebted to. Like, I feel like I was meant to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? The people that follow me on Twitter, it's a lot of people that didn't start following me. Like, they see, hey, maybe it could be something here. It could be my calling or something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that sometimes.
I mean, I think for you being so passionate about it, I could see this being your calling. I think that you could potentially help a lot of people. You probably already have helped a lot of people make some money.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I'm looking to do. I just want to have multiple sources of income, different ways of investing my money.
Right.
So like I said, I don't know a lot about sports, but I know that it's a money-making industry.
Right.
I know that
it's definitely can
people
invest
go
in it.
crazy about sports.
For sure.
So that's what made me kind of want to check out a couple of your shows. I just felt like when you got to specifically talking about the sports betting part, I was just lost. I'm not a gambler.
Right.
So it's two things that I
like the Bucks,
not familiar. That's because I'm from Milwaukee. So right now the Bucks, this all we got in Milwaukee. Like the 2021 NBA World Champs, I ain't even stopped saying that since they won. So Yeah, I got a rep for the home team.
Got to.
You know, it's something that I feel a sense of pride about. You know what I'm saying?
Nice too. They're nice. Oh, they're gonna be nice for the coming years. So just the Bucks. I mean, like I say, they have made me a lot of money as well. So if you want, you can just pick your spots. Hey, that you want to bet on the Bucks or watch the show. I always tell people that even if you don't know what you're doing, hey, watch the show. No, we're on. It's people that came to my house, plumbers, all type of stuff. See me, hey, look, what do you do? And I tell them, and they'll just create an account. Never bet before, and before you know it, they done ran about $400 some, and they calling me, thanking me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't always win, but the goal is to win more than you lose, and then that's when you can do it like for a living.
Where do you bet? Like, if I wanted to pick up my phone and place a bet right now, where do I go do that at?
So basically, I always tell people, like, it's a new day and time now. You got Google. You could just type in on Google, hey, I want to place a bet. Where can I place a bet? There's places like Bookmaker, Bovada, Bet Online, other than Vegas. Like, you don't have to be in Vegas. There's more and more states now that are starting to have legalized sports betting. So that means they have a sports book there where you could just walk in and place a bet on whatever. Horses.
But what would you consider a reputable website?
I would say I bet on Bovada. I believe it's bovada.lv.
Okay.
So it's a lot of different places. Bookmaker.eu, Bovada, Bet Online. It's a lot of different places. I promise you, if you type in.
Can you place bets on DraftKings?
So DraftKings, you can't place bets here because that's something that's where it's up there like in Philly. It has to be a state that supports this. So we can't do DraftKings here in Texas. But if people in different states, like up there in New York, Philadelphia, there's some other states as well that's like officially DraftKings is there. And they have sports books where you can just go walk in there and you can do it online as well, like from your phone or your laptop. But here in Texas, if it's a place that doesn't have an official sports book, you can still bet online. You just put in sports betting. I promise you, just type in sports betting on Google, and every single one of them gonna pop up because they want, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to get the business as well.
Right. So do you pretty much usually bet in person though?
I bet in person, and I also bet on Bovada.
Which one do you prefer?
I prefer in person just because me personally, I'm more locked in with, like, especially when you got with real cash. Like, that's the thing. Some people might be better with online.
Okay.
May not, because it's just a number. You may get out of line too much than you want to because you just, you know, the cash, or you really feeling that. You see, oh, I'm not trying to lose this. So you're going to be locked in when you place your bet. So me personally, I like in person, but I do both, to be honest with you. Now, sometimes you have to, just to get ahead of, like, the lines move. Like, say the Mavericks, that line was at first it was like -2, then it moved up to 3 just because so many people were betting it. They had to move it up, but it still won. So it didn't matter.
Okay. So you prefer betting in person, but you are able to bet online. So hopefully, if you're watching and you want to get into it and you're not quite sure, hopefully you did hear some of those websites that he just threw out there, and we can all get started making some money. So y'all want to make sure we have been showing JayMoney's social media pages as we've been kind of talking. So make sure you follow his YouTube channel, as well as the Twitter, as well as the Instagram. And get locked in. You know, it's some money to be made out here. If you like me and you are completely just not completely educated on sports, I'm not gonna say I don't know anything at all. I mean, I watch here and there,
right?
But definitely not like a pro sports knowledge person,
right,
like you are. So if you like me and you kind of just at the rookie level, you want to make sure you get tuned in. And matter of fact, even if you feel like you know a lot about sports, like you just said, it don't hurt to learn more.
Exactly.
It don't hurt to connect with people that's on the same wavelength as you. So you might be listening to him and you hear something and be like, oh, I didn't know that. And
learn something new every day.
Absolutely.
I still to this day, I'm watching other people's shows trying to learn something that I didn't know. People that's way older than me, they've been on this earth longer than me. It's people that's been doing it 20, 30 years. So even me still to this day, it's just a learning thing every day. The game of basketball as well is evolving. So every game, the way that they're officiated, the rules, everything evolves. So you can never really stop learning, reading up on stuff because you might miss out on something.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Never stop learning. Never be embarrassed to learn. You should be embarrassed if you stop learning. But I know JayMoney was telling me he has like 16,000 followers on Twitter alone, which means it's a big community of people. So what I mean, you want to stay locked in on something like that is it could be replies of people saying stuff, putting knowledge out there. So we all got to link together, push each other forward, and hopefully we make some money and learn some things along the way. Sound like a bet, right?
It sound like a bet to me, man. We on there live every day giving out free picks. Some people charge for giving out plays. We give them out free every day on Twitter, or you can subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, NBA Talk with Jay. You can type in JayMoney, at JayMoney, NBA picks, whatever. It's going to come up. The show's going to come up. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We go live every day.
And y'all know it's rare for people to give out knowledge for free.
Right.
As they say, the game is to be sold, not told. So, like I said, it don't hurt to try to learn something new. I've been looking for different ways to invest my money, make money off of things. How they say, make money in your sleep, stuff like that. So I've been investing in different cryptocurrency. That's totally new for me. It's something I've done as of this year. And one of the ones that I invested in is making some money finally. So now I can look at something like sports betting, which I'm totally unknowledgeable about, and learn about that. So let's get on this journey together, y'all. Like I said, let's push JayMoney forward, and appreciation for dropping the free knowledge. And let's just make some money. So with that being said, we're going to switch gears, take it to a little bit of a lighter segment. We're going to jump into the Tae Talk. And first we're going to get into some Am I the Assholes? So JayMoney got the sports picks. He got all the knowledge about all the NBA, NFL, whatever. But let's see what kind of advice he can give to random strangers on the internet. So Llama, let's get into the Am I the Asshole? And let's give these folks some advice. And we're going to hear what you got for them.
I'm with it. I'm always down to give some advice and take some too.
All right, so the first one I have is going to be, am I the asshole for embarrassing my friend's obese boyfriend by making him sit on a chair different from everyone else's at dinner? This happened a few weeks ago. I invited my friends to dinner at my house to celebrate moving into my new place. And my friend Katie asked if she could bring her new boyfriend Dale so our friend group can finally meet him in person. I said yes. There are two things I have to point out. First, my dining table and chairs are wooden furniture that have been in my family for close to 100 years and have a lot of sentimental value to my family. They used to be at my sister's house, but she asked me if I could take them since our kids tend to jump on them during dinner time, and she was scared the furniture would get damaged. I don't have kids, and I happily took them. I don't have kids, and I just got a bigger house, so I have space, so I happily took them. Second, Dale is morbidly obese. He is 5'5" and weighs over 300 pounds. Given that my dining chairs are wooden and old, I didn't want to risk them not being able to hold Dale's weight, so I prepared a different, sturdier chair for him to sit on. I've had overweight people sit in my dining chairs before, but none as obese as Dale. When Katie saw that I was asking Dale to sit on a chair different from everyone else's, she got livid and told me I was embarrassing Dale. I was shocked that she would get upset like that in front of everyone. So I stammered an explanation about how my chairs are old and I wasn't sure if they would hold. Katie said I was being fat phobic and she couldn't be friends with a person like me. They left immediately while the rest of my friends stayed long enough just to finish dinner, and we called it a night early. Am I the asshole?
I don't think so. Seeing that I've actually seen someone sit in a chair and it pretty much give out, I don't think they're an asshole. I think it's a win-win situation. You're saving your nice chairs, and you're also saving him the embarrassment as well.
Exactly.
So I think that's a win-win. If anything, he should ask for the other chair. He know that chair ain't gonna hold him.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt when I read it. Like, the girl Katie, I kind of get where she coming from, the girlfriend, because maybe she did feel like, she might be having some insecurities about dating a bigger guy. But
she need to tell him to work out. That's on her, right? I mean, hey, you can work, but like I say, it's a win. You don't want him to be embarrassed, and then he exactly hurt. So then he crying on your shoulders.
And then she would have been mad if the chair fell because you would have been like, "Why you didn't give him?"
It's a yeah. I'm with you on that. So for Katie, it's a lose-lose, but for her and for the big guy, I think that's a win-win situation.
Yeah, he should have been grateful.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. Because man, I actually saw that happen in high school. This kid fell through a chair, and the funny thing was he got in trouble for it.
Because he broke the chair.
Yeah,
somebody got to pay for that now, man.
But that's the most embarrassing thing. So yeah, I agree to do in
front of school people too. That's tough there. You gotta go back there tomorrow.
But see, this situation, when you a kid, almost anything could be embarrassing. This would have been even worse because it's like you meeting your girlfriend friends for the first time.
Right.
For one, you fell through the chair in front of your girlfriend, and then in front of all her friends who they ain't never met you. So you already know for the rest of forever, they gonna be talking about that.
And like, I'm laughing. I'm sorry. I'm laughing right there. There's no way that I can hold that back. Like, something happened like that, I can't hold that back. I'm sorry. I'm laughing.
I feel like I would too. I'm gonna ask if you okay though, for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you okay, but it's like, oh boy, I'm talking about real tears.
Yeah, that's what you can't help it.
Right.
So
gonna be laughing too.
So in that one, I'm gonna say definitely not the a-hole. Let's go to the next one. Let's see what we got next. Let's see who might be an asshole in this situation. What we got next, Llama? Am I the asshole for refusing to serve my husband? If you're looking at it on the screen with me, this one looks kind of weird just because she put some unnecessary information at the top, so I whited it out. Anyways, am I the a-hole for refusing to serve my husband? My 30-year-old female husband, 31-year-old male, and I went to my aunt's house yesterday to spend the evening. I bought us all dinner from a local restaurant as a thank you to them for watching our dog for a month. I bought 2 big trays of food along with some additional sides. On our way to my aunt's house from picking up the food, my husband says, "Babe, the only thing I ask is that you serve me." I say no, because he's fully capable of serving himself. There's literally no need for me to serve him his own plate when he can do it himself. This caused an argument, as it always does. Whenever we visit my family, which is very often, as I'm very close to my family and love spending time with them, he refuses to serve himself to the point where he would either not eat the food that was cooked or order outside food in. It's also gotten to the point where my grandmother or aunts would just serve him so he could eat. I, of course, would get scolded and side-eyed because as his wife, I'm expected to serve him. In our culture, women are expected to fix their husband's plate. It's like an unwritten rule or something. I'm Dominican and he's Puerto Rican. Like I said, this is not uncommon, but I truly despise a lot of our machismo and sexist traditions, unwritten rules, and customs, and I don't subscribe to it. My husband respects me and how I feel about certain things and doesn't subscribe to it either, but he just hates serving himself when he's not at home. He claims that he feels uncomfortable serving himself in someone else's home and that I should just serve him because I know how he feels about serving himself. I still refuse to do it. In his defense, he's been like this since we first got together. We've been together since we were 17 and we still argue about it. So Reddit, am I the a-hole for refusing to serve my husband?
I believe so that she is the a-hole, but for the simple fact that and I can tell you this, that even if she is Dominican, she probably is like American or she's been here because if you saying that this is a part of your culture, that should be indebted to you. That should be like in your blood. It should be like second nature to you to serve him. So why are you're just basically going against the grain saying you don't want to do it or you don't want to be like your culture. So of course he's going to have a problem with it. And that's what a woman's supposed to do, right? She's supposed to serve her man regardless. I don't know. I think she is a hell. Maybe she shouldn't be with that guy. Maybe it won't work out with him because she's not.
Maybe
he likes to be served. You don't like to serve. So from my standpoint, I'm a man. I do think that like women are supposed to serve you. Like you shouldn't even have to go get your own plate. She should be offering. So I do think she's the a-hole. But hey, someone else may have it. That's the thing. That's where like it's gonna be someone's opinion, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't think she's the asshole. And I'm going to say that just strictly because she said that from the jump, she has been against this. So, yeah, it is part of her culture, but she's saying that she don't subscribe to that. Yeah. And she's been with this guy since she was 17. They 30 now. So I feel like...
And it's still a problem for 13 years? What they got going? Y'all going to argue about the same petty thing for 13 years.
I feel like she's not the asshole because it's not like she started off being like, okay, I'll do it even if I don't want to. She's saying like from jump, I told him no.
That's a huge part in it. You have a good point because if you're gonna tell me straight up, hey, look, I don't mess with it ever since the jump, then that's on you to say, hey, look, I would like to work with this. So that's a really good point there.
So if he's saying, hey, that's not the kind of woman, this is what I feel like a woman's supposed to do. Okay, then we're not right for each other.
They should have figured that out real quick because that's kind of a bit, and that's like figuring out that you got different views on politics, like way after, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't know, because I'm kind of like, okay, the part where she said that he said he's not like that. He just is uncomfortable serving himself at somebody else's house. I actually kind of understand him on that because that can be uncomfortable. Like, it could just feel awkward in a little bit. But since just being around, you've been around this family for 13 years, like, how could you still be uncomfortable?
Now, at this point, you're family, so it's crazy because there's two different things right there. If you're that comfortable, then maybe, especially if she's not comfortable with you, but like ever since I was a kid, I always saw the woman go and get the man plate, or my mom asked me, but regardless, so whoever is on the uncles, my aunt is always fixing my uncle's plate pretty much all the way, always. So I just really feel like maybe it's supposed to be like that or something.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how it is.
Yeah, I do know how it is. I'm gonna say I know how it is, but I'm gonna say if she's saying that that's not, she don't get down with that, then that's how she is. I feel like actually when I'm really thinking about it, I think that it's not that he uncomfortable. I think he embarrassed that she won't do it.
Yeah.
And everybody else, like you said, like it would be like if you had a cousin come to a big barbecue and his girl didn't fix his plate,
right?
And everybody else girl is up there fixing their plate. It's kind of like, damn, she won't fix your plate, bro. You know what I'm saying?
The only thing I would say to her, and I would tell her this dead seriously, how would you feel it if somebody else got his plate? Simply put. Now, if she doesn't have,
she said she don't care.
She says she doesn't care that somebody else gets his plate. Then I don't know. I don't think they should be together. That's just me. Because like, if you gonna go as far as say you don't care if somebody else get it, then you just
okay. So in the letter she said it's to the point now where her grandmother or her aunts will serve him his plate because he will either just not eat or he'll order outside food in.
I'm talking about another
I feel like,
lady though. I'm talking about not grandma.
Like
I'm talking about another. No, I'm talking about somebody that's not related. Like say if it's a barbecue, right, and they got friends there, and it's a pretty lady. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll get your plate for you. Not related to nobody. She fair game. You dig what I'm saying? Now what? You feel some type of way?
I think that would be wrong though, because that would be wrong on his end. Because
but she don't want to get it.
Yeah, but.
That's what I'm just saying. She got to think like that, though. That's the only thing I'm saying. It's two sides to everything. So you saying you don't want to get it. Now, how would you feel if it's another pretty lady getting it? If you didn't want that, then you get it. Simple. It's coming from a man. It's coming from a hard one. Like that's how he's gonna look at it.
I'm gonna say I think he's the asshole for being like, okay, if you're not gonna fix my plate, then I just won't eat.
Yeah,
and I think he's the asshole for ordering outside food to the house.
That's asshole-ish for sure.
I think it's like y'all in an unnecessary like battle of the sexes at that point. Like,
he going too far. He's just being a kid with that. I don't know they got a crazy relationship, a crazy life, all type of stuff. Because they got dinner and you gonna order takeout food. I mean, I don't know.
Like just because y'all got a big,
you still gotta serve yourself. Like,
and somebody order pizza. It's like,
so what? You gonna wait for somebody?
Got the plate.
Yeah. You gonna wait for somebody to go get the pizza from you once you order the pizza or something? Like you got to go and get that yourself. So maybe he need to live by himself for a while and learn that maybe at some point you may be the only person to serve yourself. So I can't see eye to eye with that because I like doing everything myself.
I think that they just like it's after 13 years y'all gotta get on the same. They gotta get on the same page with that. Well, what she said, it seemed like this they only thing, but it's just like, how do he, like, if he knows she like this, I just feel like at a point or another he got to be like, man,
that's petty right there.
Yeah,
if that's
they
the
might
only
both
thing,
be the asshole.
That's
actually,
the only
they
thing
both the
y'all
asshole.
arguing about.
Yeah,
y'all might be tired of each other and y'all picking at you. Y'all like that's some little petty stuff to be arguing about, in my opinion. Somebody just get the damn food or plate and eat. Simple.
I feel like they both the asshole in this situation. The husband and the wife. He ain't even asked, but he the asshole too. Or it's like the relationship might be too good and they just gotta have one little thing. They need some kind of drama or something. But yeah, I'm gonna say both of y'all the asshole. So that's what make y'all perfect for each other. Because this is like, I agree, this is like such a small thing. All right, Llama, what else you got for me? Give me another one. Let's see. Where we going with it? Okay. Am I the asshole for not giving strangers a ride across the street? My son and I were leaving a store today, and two women in the parking lot approached us. One woman said she was locked out of her phone, and she had to get to the cell phone store in 5 minutes before they closed. The store was across the big parking lot and then 4-lane street and then another parking lot. She was looking at her phone and said that it told her the walk would take 10 minutes. She offered me $10 to drive them. I said no, mostly because I was with my son and I didn't want to take any risk with him there. And my gut just said something was fishy. Plus, I just got a new car, so I had a fleeting thought of a scam. My son thinks I'm an asshole for not helping, and I do feel bad that I may have misread the situation and didn't offer to help in a different way. Am I the asshole?
I don't think so. Me personally, it's crazy because I don't think anybody's the asshole to say. Well, I thought the girl was last one, but I don't think so for the simple fact that, like, if it's me, like, I'm not a stranger. Like,
right.
If it's saying family member, like, then that's when you can be even eligible. But just a stranger, no, you're not.
They might not even get the ride. Still, they just eligible.
New car. I don't care if it's an old car. I don't know you.
Yeah.
If I got my son with me, no, I don't care. No, I don't. You might be trying to do something harmful or something.
Yeah.
I'm putting my son in harm's way. So it's a no, and then even more no's after that. So no, I don't think she's an asshole at all. I mean, if they got money, man, hey, offering $10, you know what I'm saying? Hey.
Yeah. And I feel like it was a scam because
definitely a scam.
$10 to walk across the street. I felt like just walk fast.
Right.
Like you talking about
it's only 10-minute walk, right? 10 minutes. It says 10 minutes of the street.
Yeah.
Or 10 minutes.
So the store is like across the street, but it's like the way the street is, it's gonna take 10 minutes to get over there walking. But why not just call the store and be like, hey, look, I'm walking. I'm really 5 minutes away, but it's gonna be a 10-minute walk. Please don't close. Like they might still close, but most places, if you call and say that and let them know, like, you know, I just need y'all to unlock my phone right quick or whatever, they're gonna be like, all right, man, yeah.
You run, it's gonna cut it down. You got too late. No, I can't. I got my son in the car today, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It's a pretty good excuse, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm going to also say not the asshole. Yeah, that one is quick, simple, not the asshole. And I think I got one more. Lama, we got one more? Let me do one more. Let's do it. What else we got? Oh, okay, this one is kind of funny. All right, would I be the asshole if I show my daughter's teacher's Twitch stream to school administration? My daughter's in high school. Last year, she had a young science teacher, a woman in her mid-20s who hadn't been teaching very long. About halfway through the year, my daughter and her friends found out this teacher was streaming on Twitch. My daughter doesn't know who found the teacher's stream at first, but her and her friends started watching and clipping everything the teacher did and saved it all on their phones. I just recently discovered these videos when I grounded my daughter from her phone, and I'm shocked to say the least. First of all, the teacher is streaming as some kind of weird, big-boobed anime character. She's extremely inappropriate, using foul language, and also making sexual comments super casually on the stream. There are probably 50 different clips, and I found this in my daughter's Snapchat of her teacher doing this. I wasn't sure what any of this was at first, and when I asked my daughter about why she had such weird videos, she said, "Mom, we're pretty sure that that's Mrs. Blank. She has the same voice and everything." Now, this particular teacher left the school at the start of this year, but I found out quickly which school she moved to with the Google search. I want to email the school administration at her new school and let them know the kind of inappropriate activities this teacher engages in outside of work. I reached out to parents of some of the other kids in my daughter's group chat. Most of them are telling me to leave it alone and let this teacher live her life. But there is one that's on the fence and kind of agrees with my viewpoint. My daughter and her friends swear the teacher never invited any students to watch her stream and was actually trying to keep it a secret, and had a nervous breakdown last year about them harassing her online, and that's why she went and found a new job. I know teachers are allowed to have lives and hobbies outside of work, but I just think this is way too inappropriate to go unpunished. She can't just run away from her poor and unprofessional behavior. If she's going to be part of this profession, she should be more mindful of the content she puts on the internet. And I honestly don't think other parents would be pleased to know that their kids have a teacher that shouts loudly on the internet about which anime character she wants to quote-unquote toss her salad. Would I be the a-hole if I show her new school administration her Twitch account?
So yes, she would be the asshole, but rightfully so. They need to know, in my opinion. Obviously,
Really?
I have a son, and it's tough because like so you want to let her live her life, right? Everybody can do. You want them to be happy. All this. It's like maybe you shouldn't be a teacher though. You see what I'm saying? Like when you're around kids, it's a little bit different. Like I'm not necessarily saying they're expected to be saints. Like everybody's gonna do something, but you're where everyone can see it. You're not just doing something that's like your own business. This is for everyone to see. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what the parents saying, like, what if the kids wanted to see this or whatever? Like, what if this comes around the wrong eyes? What if the principal saw it? Like, I feel like if they're dealing with kids, you're a teacher. If the principal ran across it, you see what I'm saying? They would feel some type of way about it. So if her bringing to attention would be an asshole. But as far as being kids, in my opinion, I think it's the right thing to do because you can't be if you're doing some weird, you know what I'm saying, super weird. Like, there's a lot of different things you could be doing. If you're doing some weird stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, it needs to be brought to attention if you're around kids. Or maybe you don't put it on Twitch or something. You just keep that, like, just do it in the house. No one would ever know, right?
I'm gonna say I think that the mom in this story is the a-hole. And I think that I'm not sure whether it needs to be brought to the light or not. So, and I'm gonna say this because she's saying it's some weird anime stuff,
right?
But this lady sound like she is like a little uppity, like she might got a stick up her butt or something. So it's like it might not be that weird, or maybe she's wearing some kind of cosplay costume. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people dress up like their favorite characters, and it's like a whole community of people that do that. So she might be dressing up as a character. And the mom is like, "Oh, well, she doing this," and it don't sound like it's nothing like. It don't sound like it's like supposed to be like explicit content. It sounds like she's just talking about stuff.
What about the toss her salad part? They feel like she doing something in there. She's saying she wants somebody to toss her salad. She might be not wearing enough clothes in there.
It says she was talking about anime characters, so she's talking about fictional characters. It sounds like it might be like some kind of comedy podcast. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
No offense, anybody watching.
People that like anime?
No, it's not. No, there's a certain, like, I guess, it's not just people that like anime, but I'm saying like the crowd that associates with it. There are some people that are like super weird, as far as just like, obviously it's just my opinion, but like, because like the whole gothic thing to me, it's just obviously I probably look weird to them, but it's just my opinion. That's super weird to me. It's like, so I just feel like if she's going on there saying like toss her, like this, if the mom dressing up in just a little regular Alice in Wonderland or something, you know what I'm saying, or it's not a big deal, I don't feel like she would have brought to anyone's attention. It was probably something that she like, I don't know if I would want my kids seeing this, right?
But she even said that most of the other parents was like, just leave it alone. So they saw it too.
But they didn't necessarily say that it's not a problem. No, they just saying let her live her life. Like, it's still some crazy shit, but we just gonna not say nothing and let her be her. Like, and I understand that part because I'm a firm believer. Hey, mind your own business. But the only part is she's putting it out there for the public, and that's what the mom's saying. This could come across the wrong eyes.
But I'm gonna say it sounds like okay, if you saw something that you thought was inappropriate, and another parent, like, you might have just saw it and been like, okay, you know what, I guess it ain't my business, or whatever. But if another person says something, you're gonna be like, okay, no, I thought it was kind of crazy too, but I wasn't gonna say nothing. But it sounds like everybody else is like,
some people.
Yeah, I think she's an asshole. I guess you're right. We don't necessarily have enough information or context to say whether it's right or wrong. I'm gonna also say with the kids being in high school that she's teaching, I think that you're not dealing with young kids.
Yeah, you're right.
So kids in high school, and then this lady already had a nervous breakdown. So I'm going to say that probably the school board might know. Because if the kids and the parents know she had a nervous breakdown, I'm going to assume that when she left, she had to have told her new job something. Like, well, why did you leave there? I mean, I don't know. But
it's, like you say, it's a lot of context missing there. But then we have all this stuff coming out these days with the teachers messing around with the students and stuff. So that's a whole nother conversation right there. You see what I'm saying? So I just feel like if it's something like that, you just don't want it out in public. Like I feel like if the principal did know, they would say, look, you can still keep your job. You can do whatever you want in your house. Just don't put it out there for everyone to see, or just have your account to where only certain people can look at it, or parental, you know what I'm saying, like a parental block or something. That way, make sure you got to be 18 or 21 or older to view it, and you good.
Yeah.
You can do it. People can do whatever they want. It's just like it's a time and place to do everything, or it's a certain type of way. You see what I'm saying? So if it was like where it's like unlocked for anybody to see it, that's why I could feel like. But if it's like on a parental channel or something, the lady can't say nothing. That's up on her. But it's like, what if it was a teacher that was like a porn star or something, right? How would we feel about that?
I'm gonna say,
how would we feel about that?
I would feel totally different about that. A teacher that was currently engaged in an activity like that, because to me, you opening yourself up for, at the end of the day, especially if you're dealing with high schoolers. A teacher that was currently engaging in that type of activity, I think it would be a little bit different if she was teaching like younger kids,
right?
Just because
for sure.
They, especially, probably not even thinking about that yet. But you're dealing with high schoolers, they into that type of stuff, and that's completely inappropriate because now you're giving them access to things that they may have only been able to fantasize about.
And that's now, probably when you get them messing with the teachers and stuff.
Or whether they even messing with you or not, like it opened the door for something strange to happen. Like a young kid, like let's imagine we talking about a young kid that's not able to control his emotions, that somehow in his mind he get it to where he thinks she like him. You know what I'm saying? And then that might cause him to do something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Or like you said, you mess around with her. Anything can happen. So I think a porn star, nah, you out of here.
Nah,
like,
for real, yeah.
I'm not even mad. Like,
to be honest with
snitch.
you, listen, I'm gonna say about the toss her salad. The like want you to toss my salad part. That's the part that like it's in all caps as well. Like she wanted to make a point because that's when you starting to get to like, what are you talking about on here? If you talking about some toss your salad, that goes along the lines of all other type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? So that's the main part that stood out to me more than anything else. To toss my salad, you going on there doing that? Yeah, you talking about some stuff on there.
I'm gonna say I think that part didn't stand out to me just because it said she was screaming about which anime character she wanted to toss her salad.
But like, why would you be doing it though on Twitch? Because that's basically
like it sound like a joke.
Twitch is kind of like a podcast, right? It's like a live video type thing, right? That's what people doing. Like people stream gaming and all type of stuff.
That's what I know Twitch as, like gamers.
Yeah. So if you doing a video, but if it's heard on there, you doing a video saying I want someone to toss my salad. So picture someone doing a video saying I'd like so and so to toss my salad. Would they just be sitting down regular? Or would they be?
Well, I'm gonna say this. This is the thing though. So I guess not only are we missing context, but she literally took that part completely out of context. So like, how often do we see videos of like, you know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays, like even a rapper or somebody in an interview, and they just clip out that one little part, and then it'd be like, dang, it go viral. Like, oh, so-and-so said this. And then when you go watch it, you be like,
you're right.
Man, he ain't really even mean it like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's what it sounded like to me, because it says, shouts loudly on the internet about which anime character she wants to, toss her salad. To me, it sounded like if we saw it, it would be in a funny context.
Yeah.
But this mom, and I get it, because you're a mom.
One of them kids could be thinking, what if I... You know what I'm saying? What if
they might not even know what it is and go research it.
High school, like, hey, I'd like to toss yourself or something like that. Like, that's how I'm thinking though. If it's especially if it's if it's high school kids. Oh, okay, you need your salad tossed, basically type shit. Like, oh, so you need it tossed. Oh, okay. Well, look, I'm gonna help you out with that then.
You know what? I'm gonna still say the mom is the a-hole. But I see where you coming from as well.
I just got problems, I guess.
I see where you coming from. I feel like, honestly, the teacher that's doing all this, that got the Twitch channel, she put herself out there for this to be the case.
Exactly.
So she got to know that this was gonna happen. But yeah, just real talk. We about to end the show in about 10 minutes. Just to switch gears again on a lighter note, I was asking you earlier, like, what kind of music you listen to. You were saying you pretty much listen to the old stuff. So last week on my show, I was pretty much talking about rap music and its lyrics and how they may have actually been like detrimental to our community.
Very.
So
it's an agenda behind it.
So you agree with that?
I mean, I don't want to go too deep into it, but yeah, like the whole entertainment industry, period. Like there's a whole agenda with it. I don't like it, so that's why when you ask me with the music, I don't really listen to any new music. I don't want my son to listen to it. Like the radio is probably one of the worst things out there. I just feel I just feel like the agendas that they're pushing, the songs that they're playing. Like no offense to any women rapper, but like the women rappers that we used to have before, they talked about different things. Now the women rappers are literally like kind of poisoning the young girls or something. It's like I don't want my son or my young girl listening to this. It's like, what are you trying to have them grow up to be? You want them to grow up to be strippers or something? All the guys, you want the kids to grow up and be drug dealers or carry around guns or live only caring about money and stuff. So I'm not a fan of the whole rap scene, R&B, anything right now. It's just it's a different day and time now. Like I feel like in the 90s, even maybe early 2000s, they were talking about different things. Or the main thing I'm gonna say, like say the song "Back That Thing Up," right? Yeah, they would make a radio version. These days, the radio version is different. Like they'll say certain words and stuff. I mean, even the people on the damn 97.9 can't afford. They talking about all this. Oh, I wish I get hit from behind. All this type of stuff. Yeah,
just weird stuff on the radio.
The radio never like it's kids riding in the car and they saying all this, just don't even care. So it's way out of shot to me. It's like this whole entertainment with the Nas X stuff. It's like these are agendas that they want to push. They want to poison the black community. They want certain people that's big, like superstars, to look a certain way, do certain things because it's a message. People looking at them, they're gonna say, "Oh, I want to be just like them." You see what I'm saying? So it's scary. It's scary agendas these days. That's all.
So I agree with that. I agree with you. I do think the music is a lot different nowadays from when we grew up. What I will say is what I was talking about last week is I noticed that when we was coming up and when we was like maybe preteen, teenagers, you come home from school, it's videos on all day. You out of school, it's videos playing all day. Like the only black channel that we had, like now it's Revolt. Oprah got a channel. It's all kind of channels now. But when we was coming up, it was BET. Right. That's the only channel you really gonna watch to see our people. Right. So when I was thinking about it, though, I'm like, it's crazy that they play videos from 8 o'clock in the morning to pretty much 9 o'clock at night. Right. When that's not like why is that the only form of black entertainment? Like they pumping these images into our faces. So where now we this age and like you said, it's not all about money, XYZ, but it's hard for us not to think that way. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to not be flashy or like a lot of rappers have messages, but even like you said, back that thing up, I feel like Cash Money brought in a big era of like drug dealing, you know what I'm saying? Like
I didn't even really want to use that song as an example. It's just a perfect example of what I was trying to say as far as like back that thing up, back to it. So like it's a whole different version of the song. I feel like these days they may try to blur it out or see it a little bit, but
they don't make an edited version.
Some of this stuff that they're playing on the radio is just like I can't believe that they play it and all. It's like it's a whole song. I understand that maybe playing the strip club, all this. You playing on the radio and numerous times a day. Obviously on the radio they play the same thing over and over again. So not only should you not be playing it once, you're replaying it every day, all the time. And I just really feel like kids should be riding around listening to this content that they're putting out here because it's in my opinion it's poison, this type of content. And like certain kids are gonna grow up a certain type of way because they've been fed this their whole life. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's strategically for you, like to read between the lines. It's just in your mind. So that's how they want it to be like that.
I think the dangerous thing is certain kids, like so for instance, you have you might be with your son, but you're there to tell him like, oh, this ain't real, or he see what real life is going on around him. The scary part, the poisonous comes in when people don't have that.
Exactly.
That's for the people that are being raised by the radio and TV and YouTube and stuff like that. It is scary. And I think as far as Lil Nas X, I'm going to say this.
Oh, boy.
The scary part about Nas X to me is, for him personally, I think that he really is doing what he think is fun. I think he is doing what he feel like, I'm just doing me. I feel like he genuinely in his mind feel like he's doing him. but I also think that there is an agenda behind that.
I think he's a puppet, to be honest with you. I think he's just a puppet, literally, just like strings moving on.
You don't think he have no opinion?
I don't. Well, it's not necessarily at that point. No, you don't have an opinion. Like you're the regulators, all this. They are your opinion. You doing what at that point? Literally, you're a puppet. You doing whatever they tell you. Why? Because all they care about is money. Mm-hmm. They're getting whoever signed their checks. They have to do whatever they're telling them to keep getting the money. It's simple. It's like that with all the big time entertainers.
Yeah.
It's even like that with some like NBA players, all type of stuff. So even though I follow NBA, there are still puppets out there. Like I believe LeBron is a puppet, right?
Really?
You want to keep getting your money, right? So you're not finna when there's certain type of things that happen. Yeah, he has to be careful what he says because everybody's watching. He's just another puppet as well. So like I say, it's just an agenda out here. And yeah, I don't think Nas X. I don't think that's him. I really think he's a whole different type of person. They needed someone like him to portray this type of character, and he wanted the money. You see what I'm saying? So he like, all right, whatever y'all want, I'll do it. I'll dress up like this. I'll do this. Just hearing the guy talk, his charisma. I don't think that's really who he is. I think he's just doing this all for money. And I guarantee you, there's some other people that feel that same type of way. In my opinion,
I'm sure. So what I genuinely do think, just from some of the stuff I've seen. I actually watched Lil Nas X interview on the Breakfast Club the other day. A couple weeks ago now. Just because, I'm interested in what he has to say. And that's, like I said, I feel like I wanted to know, do I really believe this is him? Because you can tell. Did it seem
genuine?
What it seemed like to me was that he had been trained in a way. So, well, I'm going to say this. Okay, so at first it seemed genuine. I'm going to say this. Yeah. If you watch the interview, at first he seemed like a kid. Like he seemed like he talked like your little cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody he talked like a kid, a teenager. That's what he sound like. That's how he talk. Like, yeah, bro, XYZ, out of this, out of that, bro. You know how kids talk.
Been trained to say a certain type of.
No. At first it seemed like him, regular. Okay. But then like he kept like towards the end he'd be like, oh wait, can I say that? Or oh wait, should I do this? Or he might say something and Charlamagne would be like, nah, man. And he'd be like, oh wait, I shouldn't do that. You're like, that's when it's like, okay, so you used to being corrected. So
that's how they live. That's how they do. That's what they.
But I think 50% of that is him. Like I do think that he is gay or something. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so.
I think he's gay because before he was successful, he had like a Nicki Minaj stan page on Twitter, and I don't think no straight dude gonna sit up there.
He's the straightest gay guy he's the straightest gay guy I've ever seen.
Well, what straight man sit up and post Nicki Minaj news all day?
That wouldn't make a person gay to me. Like I'm a very masculine guy. You see what I'm saying? And I'm thinking like there's some things you just don't do as a man. Just that wouldn't make you gay. I'm sorry.
No, not just that, but I'm saying how many straight guys do you know?
Not many. But I like when I was growing up. When I was growing up, my homeboy, his brother was playing. He liked this. It was like a Rashida song or like Bubblegum or something. He liked it, and so my partner was saying, "Oh, he gay woo." I mean, he liked the song.
No,
obviously, it's a little
liking a female rap song don't make you.
I'm just saying he liked the song, and so then at that point, my homeboy was saying, "Oh, he's gay, so and so, so and so." I'm like, maybe he just liked the song. So yeah. But even if he liked Nicki Minaj like that and posts about it every day, I'm sorry, he's the straight. I hadn't really studied him because I don't care that much, to be honest with you. But I do think that there's an agenda that he's pushing. I think that he's a puppet, and I don't think that he's gay, and that goes along with the first two, with the character, you know what I'm saying, with him being a puppet and them pushing the agenda and needing someone like him, you see what I'm saying, a black male to push this agenda.
I think, like I said, I do agree that he's a puppet. I agree that there's an agenda he's pushing, but I think that I'm gonna say this. The reason I think that at least he thinks that he's doing him is because you get somebody that's like, but you get somebody that, and it's only about money. Eventually down the line, they gonna switch up. They gonna want to spill the beans eventually. Something is gonna happen to make them be like, no, they told me to do this. They told me to do that. With Lil Nas X, he's so young to where you tell him, oh, you already did this. Just do this too. You throw it in there real quick. He think that's his idea. Yeah. Like the whole video where he was doing the thing where he was coming down the pole or whatever. Somebody told him, I believe, like, why don't you do this too? You know what I'm saying? They telling him, like, he telling them his idea. They like, oh, why don't you do this too? I think the record label is telling him, take it a step further.
Yeah.
But I think all these are his ideas, and the reason why that's messed up is because they're manipulating him to where he can't come back later and be like, you know, hey, y'all, I made a mistake. It was a battery in my back. He can't because he think all this is his idea. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think you have at that point, in my opinion, like when you get that high, your opinions, your ideas don't matter. You're doing whatever they tell you to do, pretty much. I mean, certain type of people that's like their own boss type stuff, like don't get it twisted. Everybody in entertainment not on some shady stuff or not as a puppet. There's people that's really out there their own boss. They started.
I think most are.
You see what I'm saying? I think most of them are, but I try to give some of them benefit of the doubt. You see what I'm saying?
Who is like a rapper that's out right now that you would get a benefit of the doubt to? It don't have to be new, but just a rapper out right now.
I was trying to give all of them. I would like to say that these days, everybody in the entertainment, like this is really a whole nother conversation, but I would like to say these days, pretty much everybody in the entertainment business, if you're somewhat relevant, then yeah, you're a puppet. You're doing what you're doing.
It's
what's
nobody
told.
You can think of that you might feel different.
Well, like I say, I don't focus in on it that much, and I want to give them the benefit down and say half is not right. Half started from the bottom and got there just by their hard work. You see what I'm saying? And I'm sure that actually happens. But even still, it's so unfair because at some point you start getting too big of a name, or you start to be that big of an influencer. They gonna come call like, hey, look, you got to do what we say now, or you ain't gonna, or you're not getting no more shows, you ain't getting no more money, nothing. You see what I'm saying? So, and at that point, yeah, you're a puppet. So just the last thing to say about him, like I said, I don't think that those are his ideas. You're being told what to do, and there are people that came back later saying, hey, look, I was forced to do this. I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? Look, hey, now that when they did and when they down and broke, then it's like, okay, well, I'll tell what's really going on in the entertainment history. Like, if you really want to look for it, there's plenty of stuff out there. People like pretty much exposing the whole entertainment industry. You see what I'm saying? So I like to give some of them benefit. I definitely can't think of one off the top of the head or say one for sure. Hey, look, they started from the bottom, because no one will know like this.
So let me ask you this real quick, though. So a person like Nas X that's pushing an agenda, do you see him the same as a person like a Birdman that's pushing an agenda?
Once. This is what I pretty much come to. Once you get to a certain amount of money or starting making a certain amount of money, there's going to be an agenda. There's going to be agendas pushed on you. There's going to be stuff you're putting out that's maybe not even you. It's like most of these people don't even write these songs. They have ghostwriters and stuff. And it's so crazy when I figured out, I'm like, they're just that person. They have the likeness. So as long like Drake, he come out with anything. So I'm saying, no matter who wrote it, it's Drake saying it. It's gonna pop. But he's gotten to that point now. Everybody like pretty much. You see how people worship people. Like when Drake have an album come out with Kanye West have like people really act like worship. They worship him like gods. They've gotten to that point. They want their music to basically hypnotize people. Stuff in between the lines that you're not even really just knowing, but it's in the music going with a good beat. You wouldn't even notice. It's with the whole ghostwriters thing. Once I found out people don't even write their own songs, I'm like, man, this stuff is fluky stuff ever. That's just me though. That's just my opinion.
No, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I definitely think, and I mean, rap music is just so big in our community. Rap music is not like pop music, and I was thinking about that. Like, it's almost like a insider club that you got to be into. You can't just be like, I like to rap and start rapping. A pop singer, they community not gonna be like, oh, is this bitch really out here? You know what I'm saying? Gallivanting in the sunset. Like a rapper, whatever you say, somebody gonna make sure that you really did that. You can't just rap for fun. So our community is so like serious about it. I just start realizing like a lot of these lyrics and stuff is chants. So I just wanted to get your opinion as well, just to see, that other people feel the same way, because a lot of people feel like it's just music.
Yeah. Now I wish it was just music in my opinion, but
when
just getting smarter, going wise. That's why I say always be open to know more things. That's when you kind of, if you really look deeper into it, it's definitely not just music. Just think about it. You getting a song stuck in your head, can't get it out. There's reasons behind it. There's reasons behind that. It was
10 years later, you ain't even heard the song and still know every word.
Thing was put together for you to remember that pretty much forever. So I mean, some people, this is crazy. Some people don't remember stuff good, but they'll remember music good. Like they won't know math, anything school, but can tell you songs right off.
Absolutely.
That's crazy to me.
It is. That's
scary.
I appreciate that combo, JayMoney. So like I said, if you've been listening in or watching, I hope that if you didn't get a chance to catch it, go back to the beginning of the show. Check out the interview that I did with JayMoney, talking about the sports bets, talking about how he ended up starting his own YouTube channel, and just talking about how he, as a young black man in America, is doing his own thing. He has an income that's not attached to a job. He is his own boss, bossed up, stop getting bossed around. So that's something you want to check out at the beginning of the show, even if you just want to figure out how you can make a little extra money on the side. You ain't got to take it full time like he did, but, just check out the beginning. Check out the interview. If you listen to it already, listen to it again. Pick up on some gems that you might have missed. And if you just heard the kind of conversation we had at the end here, that was definitely something that was totally different. If you're a fan of JayMoney, you probably have never had his opinion on something like that. So definitely show him some love. Share the video. Put it out there. This is the Black Podcast Show. As y'all know, I go live every Sunday. I'm here every week, dropping gems on y'all, giving y'all advice. Usually I have a true crime segment. That might have been a little bit too heavy for JayMoney, so I kept it light this week. But I will be back next week talking about David Hendricks, how he murdered his whole family. So if you're a fan of mine, I'm sure you waiting on that. But otherwise, make sure you lock in. Follow both of us on all our social media, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Let's just push all each other forward, y'all. Let's go up. This is the Black Podcast Show. I'll be back again next week. And thanks again, JayMoney, for being on the show.
No problem. I'll come back next week if you want me to.
All right, y'all. Deuces.
At the Irie Place.